journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, boys and girls, we're looking at gold today. I posted in the video this morning, we had this ABCD here from yesterday's low. We had the intraday low here, exactly 382. Another exactly 382 just a little while ago, stopped right on the money, down only $30. This does not look bearish, folks. I mean, it comes back so fast. I mean, it just doesn't look bearish at all. And if you look at this on the daily chart, you could make a case for it going a whole lot higher. Now, I've got to fix this up because the data has been off for just a tiny bit. But you can see here, we've been up really strong here for a few days. But we're way above all the targets that I thought it could get to, which was 37.60, 37.66, and 37.10. Here we are, $100 higher than that. So I'm just looking at it intraday, just keeping an eye on, what the patterns may tell me to take a look at. That's all I'm trying to tell you. When I send these out, I give you some information. That's pretty much, what I'm looking at. The bonds still going lower, much as expected. You'll see here, we recommended selling the 382 here today at 13. As you can see now, we're down at 08. It still looks bearish. It had a little bit of a rally against you, about 8 points, and now it's still heading down. So that's another one that we were watching quite closely here this morning. Okay, now remember yesterday I was being a little, obnoxious or facetious. I don't know what the big words are. I need John Jameson for that. But I was looking at this SPX. This is the ultra short ETS. In other words, when it's short, this should go up. Okay, but this has been going up, so you can't win. But anyway, this is where the number was, 386. Okay, we got lower volume making new lows and everything, and it gives you a chance to get in. Now it's got some, it's got some good points and bad points, but it gives you good leverage. Remember, folks, this was trading for 380 back in 2019. Now it's $3.82 right now. We bought it at 385. Okay, and so we're risking only 60 cents on this, so we're going to see if it's going to work or not, but it gives you good leverage, and if it's correct, you could get one of these rallies. A rally like this, if you can imagine going from 100 to 250, 30 could take you back to 100. Folks, that'd be a 30-handle win, and that's why I'm doing it, because Jeff Bezos said if you have a situation of a 10% risk with a possibility of a huge win of 50 to 100 to 1, you got to take it. And this is one of those, folks. So that's what I've been doing. And now we're going to take a look here at the stock indices, because they are nothing less than spectacular today. We'll come up here and I'll show you. Let's do the Russell first, because here's the Russell on the short-term basis. Get the hourly up here so we can see it a little better. I think actually the 4 hour is probably a bit better. Well, listen, hourly's better. There it is right now. You can see here, there was the old high right here at 25, and today we hit 25.10 on, it didn't even make the high. That's a 3 drive pattern, but it didn't quite make the level that we're looking at. We're trading at 24.95 now, up about 17 points. Looking at this on the long-term weekly, you can make a case here for one top here, one top here, and one top here. You can see where we are. And that's a possibility that could be a triple top, but not yet. And that's also a possibility we could do A, B equals CD. Intraday, it had a really slight pullback here last night at 73. Wasn't even a 382 at all, and then it just exploded to the upside, so it's still going higher. That's why I was looking for a situation where I didn't have to risk very much, and still be in the market. That's why I picked that SPXS. It's a triple weighted, and believe me, if the market does turn, S&P's down a little bit on the day, but others are still up. The Dow's still up. NASDAQ is still down. We just had a little bit of a rally here in the S&P. I was going to try to point this out because we had a high back here, and we just made our 382 retracement here just a minute ago at 67.40, but that was before the show started, so I couldn't really do too much with that. Okay, so that's what we're watching now. Regarding the Dow Jones, let's get the Dow Jones up here. Where are you, Dow Jones? You've got to be here somewhere because I spent so much time preparing the chart. Window, tile, vertical. Hold on 1 second here. I've got to get it up here. Oh, dear. Anyway, let me get it up. Hold on 1 second, folks. I got to get the darn thing here, and then we'll be ready to go. The old YM. There's where we are. Right there. I'll put the hourly chart up because that'll give us a pretty good idea. There's where we were yesterday and early this morning. There's where we were sitting right there at that we're below the triple top now. That's a good idea. Anyway, there was the number right here when the market opened, and then you saw this. Okay, folks, let me show you what that is. You see that move in the Dow? We go from 4680 to 4710. We jump about 300 Dow points. Okay, let me show you how easy it is to move 300 Dow points on the open. First of all, we'll look at the big daddy rabbit, which is Goldman Sachs. Now, there it is right here. Here's Goldman Sachs, and you can see it today. There was the big move in Goldman Sachs. Now, when Goldman Sachs ran up here, the Dow was 300. As soon as it sells off, the Dow's only up 50 to 100, okay? That's with the Goldman Sachs. If we look at the second biggest one in the Dow Jones is Microsoft. All Microsoft did was take out the previous week's high, and it was still exactly at the 382. I would not consider that bullish because that's a 382 in a downtrend. And then, of course, we had one other one that the whole world is looking at, and that is Mr. Tesla. We'll get up here and take a quick look at this. You'll see where we are here in Tesla in just a second. And then we'll cover a few of these things that we want to be watching right here. Okay, there's Tesla. Let's do this on the long-term daily because we're up again, okay? Now, there was our number, was at 26. That was a 786, and now we've gone higher than that. This is where we are now. Looking at this on a smaller time scale, you'll see that we made a higher high this morning, gapped way up, came back. Now we're trading just a little bit below the opening price. But if we get below here, I would not be long Tesla, because that would be a sign that all the people that bought it here today would be losing if we make a new low, and that's at 430. We're at 434 right now. So that's what I'm watching, just looking at the stocks one at a time, trying to tell whether they have any semblance of predictability or not. Now let's take another one that we've done last night. It's basically, we're out about not even $100. This is the euro. We did get up to our 382 here last night. Then all we did here is we came down and just take a look. It looks like we made a perfect 382 this morning. Just get up here, take a look. Yep, we sure did. So this is where we sold it right here. And I said to put the stop right above there. Okay, that distance is only $300, folks. So that's all we were risking. Right now, we sold it there at 99. It's at 07, so it's less than $100 against us right now. But the stop has to be, well, you can put it wherever you want to, but that's pretty much what we're looking at right here. Here's something that always gets our attention is the ABCD patterns when they form. You see they come down to some pretty good levels.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, this is Apple. You can see here we're made our target up here. Didn't quite make a new high. It's actually down on the day just a little bit. This was the iPhone sales. Let's refresh this because I believe it has another. No, it had a big gap because of the iPhone sales, but now it's down just a little bit today. It doesn't really mean very much. I mean, it's insignificant because the high was at today was 57.34. The high yesterday was 56, so it makes a slightly higher high, and it's now down on the day. That, you know, for technical purposes, that doesn't mean very much at all. So that's what I'm just bringing to your attention from a short-term scan. What is important here is the Dow Jones is now down on the day, folks. There was the Goldman Sachs, Microsoft, JP Morgan, all the big ones were making new highs by just a little bit. And now you can see that's where we are right now. I was particularly watching JP Morgan because I'm a big fan of Jamie Dimon because he happens to be a friend of Rich Anderson. And I was with them in Mexico City with Mark Douglas, oh my God, 25 years ago. And he was speaking, and he took us all out to dinner, and of course paid the check, which was really nice. Now there's JP Morgan on the daily. You can see here we made a slightly higher high today, and now it's a little bit lower. Let's bring this up to show you what it looks like. That was part of that big move in the Dow early this morning. Okay, and all that was actually doing was doing A, B, C, D. If you do A, B, C, D, and I try to do those, and that's what I'm looking at right here. And you can see where we are. That was right at the number. Now we're selling off. There's a little tiny 382 in here. I haven't changed my thoughts here about what I think is going to happen in the future. I might be off by 2 or 3 months, which I have been so far, but I haven't got hurt too bad. Now, what I'd like to remind you, everybody, is that we're way up here, and some things that you want to watch is how markets are acting. And everybody in the whole world is watching NVIDIA. And the little dissertation that I gave you just a minute ago, no one is paying attention to that. It made its high 5 weeks ago, folks. And look at the bullish enthusiasm. First of all, yesterday was part of the big move was the fact that Altman is going to get $100 billion. I don't know what the situation is, but he's going to invest $100 billion in AI. But they didn't tell how many years it was going to take or when it was going to happen, but $100 billion, that's almost as much as Larry Edelson made on one day, for God's sake. Speaking of that, let's take a look at Oracle, because that had a lot of press also, and this is how these markets operate. They give you good news, and then the next thing they say, well, maybe it's not as bullish as it looks like. Now, MNNO is right. Oh, we got to go one a little bit lower here. Here's Oracle. Let's get this up here. Do it on a 60-minute. That'll give us an idea, see where we are. Okay, now we had a pretty good move here. There was our 382 the other day. Okay, then, well, it didn't quite get there, and I was looking for it. As you can see here today, the high was, let's just measure it from the high that we had right back here. Came in right at the 618, and then, of course, it's reversed a little bit. Still looking very bullish, folks. There's nothing bearish about this. Looking at this on the daily chart, there's absolutely nothing bearish about that, given that big gap that's here, okay? But if we start getting down into this area, just like we did with Microsoft, then it's not going to look the same, because that's what we have to follow as we're watching these, is how the patterns get into it. The fact that the Dow was down today was a relatively big surprise for some people. The fact that it was up 350 and is now down. Okay, we'll get the Oracle out of the way right here. Now I want to go to one that I really messed up, folks. I really did, and I'll show you what that is, and that's in our old buddy, the wheat. And the reason why, just 1 second here, I had a long-term target on this thing at 509, and son of a gun, look at this. I knew I did something wrong yesterday. Now it's even compounded. Okay, this was let me get this up here so we can all see it. The long-term daily here. We had a big pattern down here. I think it might have been no, it's not on the weekly, but it was 509. Shucks, I can't remember which one it's on. I don't know if this big ABCD tells us that we're there or not, but no, that one tells us we were going to go even lower, maybe even to 495. But if it had to be a 4 hour, let me double check. I've looked at so many charts the last few days, folks. There it is right here, 509. There was my original. This has changed because the market jumped up a little bit, but there was my number right there, 510, 509, 509. Now, I bought it here at 22, and I got stopped out right there. But, I mean, there's my big target right here. And I said, oh, my goodness, how could I possibly meet that? Now, we have to take this out, because once that goes up, this pattern doesn't fit in there, but this one still does, okay? And the other one, if you just did this one, it did the same thing. So really good thing. And that would have been an easy $500-600 without hardly any. And even buying it this morning, right on the open, you could have bought it this morning at 11 or 12, and it still had a lot of money in it. This was a market that's oversold. So now what we have to do is go to plan 2, which is to watch for a 382 retracement. So we get a big run like this, we'll look for a 382 retracement. This should be a major bottom, folks. I can't do. Let me get to the regular wheat instead of this one, because I can't show you the difference on what these. Let me look at the monthly chart here just to show you where we were here a long time ago. Okay, get this up here. All right, there's where we are, folks. Let me get rid of some of these long pictures that we don't need. Back in 2016, wheat was trading at 396. Okay, it went from 396 to 1350, folks. Okay, do you know how much money that is? That's $5,000 times 7. Okay, you figured that one out. $66,000. Here's where we are right now. Look how long we've been here. And this is where we were when we had inflation. Now, here's where we are. People are going to stop eating. I keep saying it, but they seem to be stopping. Pizza, cookies, and pasta? I don't think so. But watch this. This is one I missed. I miss a lot of them, but that one is a no-brainer. Someone brought it to my attention, and I kicked myself in the head, but I was spending so much time with the stock indices and the bonds and the currencies that I missed this one right here. And that's what I was a little bit upset with myself about this morning. But that passed about 4.5 hours ago, so I'm okay. Moving on. So let's get on here and take a look here at a couple of stocks that's been in our attention today from people. And this is Amazon. Now you can see here's Amazon. And this is on a long-term monthly. You can see we're in a big move here. Let's get down looking at this on a daily and see where we are. You can see here today, Amazon is coming down. You see it's made some type of a move here. We almost didn't come anywhere close to the large ABCD. That was way up here. But we did complete this one right here. And now we're rolling over. So that's the one that looks negative to the market. There's several out here that look negative. That's why I'm saying I think this thing's got a chance to really shake the tree really hard. Whether it does it or not, I don't really know. Let me get the monthly wheat out of here and get up to the next stock I want to look at. I have a lot of questions about stocks today, folks, so I can't do anything about that, but answer them for you. This is Caterpillar, which is a very, very expensive stock in the Dow, and as you can see, this is the monthly. Let's get the daily up. And you'll see here, we made new highs here again today. We made a new high today in Caterpillar. That was another reason for the big run. And now we've given back, from 218 that's at 200. Hold on, let me get that smaller time frame that you can see how much it's down from its high. Not very much, from 85.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, we're back, folks, and I believe we have PT Webb in the house. Paula, how are you?
Hey, Larry. Hello, how are you?
Hi, everything's good. Living the dream on the green side of the grass. One more day, can't ask for anything better than that. PT, tell the folks how dangerous it is to trade when you're tired and not focused.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Suicide.
There's a lot of traders that I work with that set alerts on their phone, and they'll get up, 3, 4, 5 times during the night, and then they're exhausted for just the normal trading day. And then they wonder why they can't accumulate and why they're screwing up. It's like, because you don't have any sleep. You're sleep deprived. And so, deprivation, sorry. And so, they don't get it. And these are traders that are addicted to trading, of course. Not someone who just is, maybe doesn't feel good or, hurt themselves after working out or, whatever. That's a different category. But traders who set alerts on top of their normal trading day are addicted to trading. And that isn't going to build consistency, except it will build consistency at inconsistent results. But just a normal person, like I said 2 weeks ago after Charlie Kirk was murdered, I didn't trade the rest of the week because I was not 100%. I didn't trade. I'm exhausted. Okay. I mean, I knew where my computer was and all that, but there was just no way I was in the right frame of mind, to stay focused on the market because I was surrounded by moving boxes and I was exhausted and I was tired and cranky. So that's not the kind of mindset to approach the markets.
I wouldn't have recognized you. Sorry about that.
You weren't here.
And you have to remember, folks, it's not only physical exhaustion, it's mental exhaustion. I watched those memorial services, and boy, I tell you, you had to have a heart of stone not to get involved with it because it was quite moving. Stop it, Larry. Get off the soapbox. All right, let's continue on, PT. What do you got for us today, dear?
Okay, so just kind of along those lines, most of the traders that I work with, they really have big plans for their trading profits. So, I want to buy my parents a house so they can retire, and I want to be philanthropic, or I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to travel, I want freedom. Okay, that's pretty normal. But you can't do that if you don't have a plan. All right, if you don't have a plan as to what you're going to do with your profits, then your brain doesn't know why you're pointing and clicking your mouse. I mean, we point and click our mouse or swipe on our devices for everything, getting a recipe, reading an article, watching a video. So your brain doesn't know the difference between pointing and clicking your mouse or swiping on your machine when you're trying to make money. So you have to have a plan so that when you are trading, you are telling your brain, okay, I'm not searching for a recipe. I'm not just on social media here. I'm in this to make money. So you have to be very specific with your brain saying, I am in trading mode. Doesn't mean you're in your zone, but you're in trading mode. And this is really important because you can have all the ideas you want about being philanthropic and buying things for others or even just yourself. But if you don't have a plan and you don't know what you're going to do with that profit except trade bigger, then you're doomed to fail, unfortunately. Not necessarily tragically, but you're not going to accumulate to the degree that you want.
Yeah, you make those mental errors that are tough. I remember Mark, because Mark loved hockey so much, and I said, God, there's no mental preparation in hockey. And oh my God, I got about a 3-hour lecture on how important it was, not just the mental part, but how they prepared their bodies, how they used, stretching and everything. Every day they had a routine that they went through to get ready for hockey. And I got to see it once when the Coyotes were playing. We went to see in Phoenix, and I knew it happened in baseball. I knew it happened in basketball, but I thought hockey, they just get ready to fight, but that wasn't the case. They really prepared mentally too. And I imagine football is the same way too, but you really do have to have the mental preparation when you're trading, because there's so many distractions that you've got to just, especially when you're trying to do too many things like I do, you really have to try to stay focused. And when I have a bad day, it's because I'm not focused. So that's what I'm giving my 2 cents with.
No, you're right. It's no different than playing a sport. Or anything like that, because you have to be in that sport, and then a few times I will share, and already, Larry, there was a couple times when Mark was not 100%, and he went to his hockey game anyway, and as he was leaving, he said, gosh, I hope I don't get hurt. And that's exactly what happened. He got hurt.
Yes.
Because he was not 100% focused on the game, because he was thinking about a bad trade. So,
well,
it's all
that happens to all of us. The faster you recognize it, the better. That's the main thing that we're looking at here as we're watching these things here unfold. How's the book coming along, dear?
It's
the reason why I'm asking, people ask me all the time, when is the book coming out? So I want to partake that today. They do have an interest. So as soon as you have it ready, let us know.
Oh, I will. It's coming along. As a matter of fact, I was working on it before the show. So, everything else is cleared off my plate until this gets done. So we're rocking and rolling on it.
Okay, that's really good. I really appreciate that. Listen, I might be in California speaking with Tom Hugard on October the 11th, which is a Sunday, and I'm hoping if it can, maybe you can come over and visit us and meet Tom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he'd like to meet you.
Or you can come here and I'll make dinner.
Anyway, listen, thanks for joining us today, and we'll have you on again next Tuesday, and we'll have some good stuff from you, just like you always do, and we'll be happy to hear it, whatever you got, because it's always good.
Oh, thank you, Larry.
Well, it's the truth.
Right, we'll see you next week.
She's my go-to Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday also. Thanks, PT. We love having you on, dear.
Okay.
Okay, folks. All right, we've got quite a bit reversal here going on in the Russell, and the Dow Jones is now quite a bit negative on the day. The S&P is still negative, dropping, and the Nasdaq is dropping, and some of the other things are dropping too. So whether that means much or not, I don't know. It's just a one-day phenomenon, or it may mean something. All I know is we're over some big cycles, folks. With all these ABCD patterns that I've seen, there's a few that have busted up, but when you look at the one about NVIDIA, the fact that it's been here and it hasn't made a new high in 5.5 weeks with all of that bullish news, folks, somebody's up there selling that stuff, and it ain't me. So all I got to tell you is just be careful up in here, as they say in the trade, because when these markets turn, they're not going to take many prisoners. And that's the whole key. We're now down 40 handles in the S&P for the day. We're down 30 handles in the Nasdaq or in the Russell. So be careful, folks. There's a lot of things going on out there that could hurt you. We'll be right back. I got to go over some grains, and I think it'll be interesting. So stay tuned.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, we're back, and I wanted to go, hold on 1 second here. I have to do this. This is the price of soybean meal on a monthly basis going back 25 years. You can see here when we get down to this level where we are right now over the last 10 years, we've had really good rallies. Soybean meal, folks, is absolutely one of the most important products on the planet because it's what they use for feed. It's 80% protein. It's 80% of the bean, and it's all protein. That's tofu and synthetic vegetables and meal and all that stuff. Cat food, dog food, all human food, but it's very, very important. Sushi, all that stuff. Okay. So anyway, that's why we're watching. Now we look at this on the daily pattern. You can see we're down to this same price here. Okay, now we have a chance here, and I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but it's been happening to everything else, so it should happen to this. I'd like to see one more time, just like we saw in the wheat, have a little bit of a washout down here. It doesn't have to go very far to take these stops out. See 271, we're 277 right now. So just like in the wheat that I looked at 509, let's look at the meal right here at 271. I'm going to do this so everybody can understand. I'm going to be a buyer at 272, okay? And I'm going to become a farmer, but I'm going to leave that farmer at 265. That means I'm going to become a farmer, and I'm going to risk $700. I'm going to buy it at 272, and I'm going to put a stop at 265, just like if I would have bought here, okay? That's what I'm looking at. That's the same type of pattern, only a little bit larger. Move that over just a tiny bit. Now, that's about as far as you're going to get on the daily, but that's what I'm going to be a buyer, 272. I want it to take out this low by just a little bit, and that's usually what it does if it's good. If it's not, you're going to be out of it. You're going to be out of that farming business faster than you can shake a stick. So that's what I'll be watching here in the soybean meal. Okay, that's the same type of pattern that we saw in the wheat, but I missed it because I was asleep at the wheel. There's nothing else I can make an excuse for, but other than that. Okay, now that's the long-term monthly. We just talked about that a little bit. Now here's soybean oil. Soybean oil is much more bullish. The reason why, it's only 20% of the soybean crop, but it has so many uses, folks. This is margarine, it's paint, it's fuel. Just got so many things in it that it's just really truly amazing. That's down here about another 2 cents, another $1,200. That would be what I think is good value, because that's what we're looking at. There's also the possibility that it could stop right here. The reason why is, nope, it's not going to stop there, because I just miscalculated. There's your ABCD pattern right there. That already completed, so it's got to be right here is where it wants to stop. Now today our low was 40, just broke 49. It's at 48.90. It's rallied a penny from that level. I don't think that's the bottom, but we have to wait. And the one that has the best focus is a chance, I think, is the meal. So 272 on Christmas meal. That's what I'd be watching for, something pretty good. We're really having a hell of a sell-off here, folks. Look at the S&P. I just noticed the Stop and P almost broke 6,700. That's a pretty big run. Wow. Oh, I'll be darned. Well, there was your first 382 this morning. If you were watching 382s, there was your high. Took an hour to get there, 382 right there at 40, and bang, down she came. And then what do we got here else is going on? Apple's selling off a little bit. And what else we got here? Oh, look at this, folks. By golly, the SPX that we bought now has a profit in it. Shut the front door and raise the rent. That's a good thing, I suppose. Look at the Russell, folks. It's down 40 handles from the high. That's a big move. And look at reversal here. Wow, we should have Paul on more often. We went from 447. We dropped 700 points in the Dow from high to low, folks. That means something, I think. It just means that it dropped 700 points. That's all it means, I think. But it's coming from an area. There was a 1.618 expansion up in here. The key is, this was the last day, folks. This was the last day of the Venus sextile squared Uranus. And if it's the case, I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen in the future. If it's anything like before, nobody's expecting this at all. Nobody. Okay, here's where we were, 1987. Okay, this was equivalent to where we were yesterday, right there. That was October 2nd. All right, there's the 19th. In 14 days, we could see something pretty dramatic. And if it's not in 14 days, it'll be in 55 days from this high, what takes it to November 1st. So it's either going to be in 14 days or November 1st. November 1st is my bet. That's why if you can do anything, do an October put, and that would be the one that would get you moving in the right direction. So I hope that helps. We'll see whether that means anything or not, but that's what we're looking at. Now, I've had a request to take a look at December coffee, so bear with me here, folks, and we'll get this up here. I don't trade coffee, but a couple people do, and we'll get this up here. I've been kind of bearish on it. Hold on, and let's get this. I think it's got that monthly thing on there, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, give me a break. Hold on just a second here. Get the daily up here, because that's the one we were watching. Look at this thing, folks. There was your 135 reverse point wave. There it is. There's 1, 3, and 5. You can see the perfect symmetry. Just look at that. 1.12 to the B, 1.17 to the 5. Can't ask for any better. Look how it's coming down, folks, like a rocket ship to the downside. Just looking at this on the hourly. Look at this. No 382 here. Now, we do have 1.382 here from yesterday. You had your high right here. And then you come up, you'll see right to that level right there. There it is right there. And then you had another one today, right on the money, right, another one right there. Folks, that's worth 15 cents in coffee, folks. That's over $4,000. That's a lot of money. So let's keep an eye on that, all right? So those are a few of the things that we're watching here today. But there's something happening because we've had a big sell-off here in some of these things. Whether that means very much or not, we have to remain to be seen. But that's what we're looking at as we're watching here today. One other question someone had was on cocoa. Holy cow, we got people from the Congo here asking about cocoa. I guess, hold on, cocoa is CC, right? CC, I never trade cocoa. Whoa, let's go. I got to give it this monthly stuff, folks. This is what's driving me nuts. Hold on just a second. There we go. It's heading down. Oh, here's another one, folks. There's another look. In May, there was no cocoa in the world. Remember the great shortages in coffee or cocoa? Hershey's, all the problem they were having. See where it was? It went from 7,500 to 11,300. I can't tell you how much money that is because the calculator doesn't go that far. Everybody had to have it here, didn't they? Uh-oh. Where are they now? It's below that level in April. Isn't it amazing how things happen like that? Now let's just check. Don't do Coach should probably look at it, but there's your ABCD pattern right there. Now let's just check and see if it happens to be a 382 at that spot. There's your ABCD, and what does that say right there, folks? 382, as old Mark would say, God bless him. And his birthday will be on Monday, I think. Tuesday. Anyway, we'll be right back, folks. Stay tuned. 877. Oh, that doesn't work anymore. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Oh, I hope my charts are still coming on just a second here. Uh-oh, hold on just a second, folks. I'll get these charts up. I messed up for a second, as usual. All right, let's get this one here. There's Tesla, folks. I had someone ask me the question. They're very, very bullish, Tesla. Okay, now today you can see we made, let's just clean this out. To do it, we got just a few minutes to go, but just do ABCD. And I showed there was the ABCD pattern right there. And I said, I would be exiting Tesla here at 40. And he said, I think it's going to go to 580 or something like that. I said, what happens if it makes a new low on the day? He said, that's impossible. Well, guess what? Impossibility just happened. So I was telling him that maybe they ought to keep a stop in. So I told him to be stopped out here. Maybe it goes up straight up from here, but you got to be really careful when you see this, folks. That means everybody that bought it this morning is lost. And that's from 440 to 444. So that's not a good sign. Technically for one day, maybe it doesn't mean anything, but that's what we're paying attention to here as we're seeing, oh, it's paused, shut the front door. Sorry, I'll get right back to it again. It's my fault, folks. I can't, hold on. I got to do it again. Bear with me. There, we're almost there. Hold on. There we get it. Okay, this should do it. Okay, what I'm saying is that everybody that bought it today from that low, okay, is now have a loss on the day. So I said, put your stop at 30. You know, he bought it way down here. You know, what's he complaining about? He still made what, 30 points. But look, it's given up a lot. That's not a good sign, is it? In my opinion, there was your first sign there was a problem, but that was your 382 right there. Look, this is it took a whole hour to make that 382, I believe. Let's just double check. Yeah, there it is. Right. Well, 50%, but there's your 382. Spent most of the time there. Now we're 8 points below that, falling fast. So that's what you want to pay attention to. So we're going to be looking tomorrow. We have our friend, I think Mr. Stan Harley will be our guest. And on Friday, I have the live trading. And folks, try to join me if you can. Contact Tommy at TFNN.com from 9 until 12 on Friday. We've had some pretty good runs here with markets like this. These are the kind of patterns that we like to have. So hope you can join me. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude. And may God bless. And I'll see you on the flip side.